Hi, welcome to my guitar tutorial. Today is 10 chord progressions, and I'm doing a book excerpt from The Jazz Guitar Soloist by Ron Eschete. These are the pages. The key of G is at the end of the book. This is a kind of a continuation of a video I did recently. I'll link that one in the description below. So I started off just playing through the example. So there'll be a PDF in the description below for these examples that I played, and then also I'll have an iReal Pro format HTML that you can download if you have an iOS device. You can open that, and then I'll also have another chord sheet that I'll talk about a little bit later. Okay, so started off just playing the examples each time, 2 times. Play slow, repeat as many times as you need to, just to really make sure I had the fingerings that I needed and that you could watch what I'm doing. And then I played with along with the backing track here. This is iReal Pro. Jazz, a medium swing, and I like to practice at a little bit slower tempo. So a lot of times I'm doing my improv kind of fusion-y stuff at like 88 beats per minute. This happens to be 58, so that's like almost like a ballad tempo. And the idea here is to be very accurate, very relaxed, and then also when I'm doing the improvised fills, that I can maybe pre-hear something. And play what I hear. So let's see. I'll just go through these quickly, and then there's a couple things that I think are interesting. I'll try to embellish what Ron Eschete has. So let's see. The first one. Right. So notice he uses a lot of these kind of roll bars. He does one there, and then he does one like a 4th finger one. I don't really see a lot of modern players doing that. Maybe people are doing that. Certainly Gambale with his sweep picking, he's doing a lot of rolling. So that's what the guy's doing here. So 3, 3, 4. And just outlining the chord changes. So one of the things that I like to do, and I would encourage you to do, is try to take these examples and move them to different places in the guitar neck. So let's see, for this one, you can go up to here. Right, and then do some kind of like a chord fill or whatever. So that just was as written. And I like to practice with a lot of downstrokes. I just saw a Metheny little short thing with Rick Beato, and Metheny was playing some kind of like a chord arpeggio thing that he likes to use to practice James, and he was playing all downstrokes. So I've watched enough of old school guitar players that they do tend to use a lot of really kind of almost aggressive downstrokes. Okay, I think that's, yeah, and there's other places that you can play these, but that's just one place. Just move it down to here. Okay, I'll go to number 7 here. Let's see, I'll just play through it and see if I notice anything. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things. Okay, so B minor 7, B minor 7 arpeggio. Okay, and then this is, that's just a little piece of a diminished scale. And then here for the A minor 9, this is just C major 7, right? And this is a really interesting move here, right? So it's C major 7th ascending, C half diminished descending. So I think that's really interesting. So what that tells you is that any C half diminished chord, like right here, C half diminished, add the D, F sharp, C, E flat, A sharp becomes D7, sharp 5, flat 9. So this is, I didn't do this in the previous video, but I thought, you know, I would maybe try to dissect some of this. So then I think in the improv, the second time I went here, and I think I just went to the same direction, and then I went to a B minor 7, B, D. Right, and that's the substitute for the G. So I think that kind of chromaticism. So A minor 9, a D7 sharp, yeah, some kind of G9. So C major 7, C half diminished, and then B minor 7. Very nice little chromatic move to do the 2-5-1. And then this thing here, these thirds, yeah, there's a lot you can do. They just sound so automatically so melodic. Yeah, something like that, you know. All right. Let's see if there's, yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, and then if you take this inversion here, and then, okay, this one right here, this. Right, so let's say if I was on the A minor 9, then if I wanted to do that D7 sharp 5 flat 9, I take another version of C half diminished, add the sharp 9, and then resolving to some kind of B minor 7 chord. That's kind of nice there. See, that's part of a B minor pentatonic. B minor 7 there. Okay, then here I'm doing A minor 7, so that would be like, so A minor 7, C major 7. Right, see how nice that is? And then to this chord, either that or some kind of B minor. So I thought that was really interesting. Okay, all right, going on to number 8. I think that second part is no, I don't think that's diminished. Okay, and then next one. All right, so for this one, I was thinking, so if you wanted to do, see, I got that tritone in the middle, D, and then this is just that same cliche I was just doing earlier. So that's that minor 7 flat 5 chord. There's your B. So sharp 9, flat 9. Okay, then here, this is, okay, I came up with something really, really just a nice discovery. So E7 flat 9, there's your diminished. I can bar, so I'm getting that A note right out of the diminished. So I thought that was a new move for me. And then diminish. And it just so happens in this key you have that nice low B. So I'll kind of loop that a couple of times. So B. Kind of bluesy there. Okay, do that. This time I'll add in the bass here. B. Then that diminish A. And And then you can do the same thing here. Now, what happens here? I'm a big fan of using the open string, so I use my open A there. Right, there's that exactly the same move, and then here the same move. So diminished on the D7 flat 9, you can build a diminished 7th chords off of 3rd, 5th, flat 7, flat 9. So it has that same move. Literally just discovered that earlier this morning. Diminished. Right, and then he's just calling for a G chord here, so you can experiment with different G chords there. Major 7, major 6, 6, 9, just regular G chord, add 9. Okay, so I'll play the whole thing. I won't put the basses in here, the fingered basses. So B. Open A bass. And then I'll just use major 7. Yeah, it's a very, very nice. I think I'll do that one more time. That's a cool. I'll throw in basses as best I can here. So. And then just a matter of practicing that to get that a little bit smoother. Part of the reason that I'm playing these so slow is I just pulled this book out recently. Yeah, it was kind of inspired by watching, I think it was a Jens Larson's video. He was talking about a Joe Pass book, and I thought maybe I had it in my collection, so I went through my music archive. I couldn't find the Joe Pass book, but I found this Ron Eschete book, and I just randomly paging through it, I thought, well, let me just try some sight reading. And I just happened to stumble upon I looked at the G, and I started playing. I thought, oh, this will make a real nice lesson. And then I also recently had my Ampeg AC12 serviced by a local guitar amp tech, and he did a really, really nice job. It really needed some TLC. And it's a very, very nice sounding jazz. It's got volume and tone. And then maybe one of my later videos I can show you the trem. The trem is really nice on that tremolo. Okay, I think that's all I want to do with number 8. So now we go on to this one. Now this one kind of has that Coltrane thing kind of coming along. Minor 3rd. Then this is right, and then here this is kind of a tricky move, using the bar there, but I've talked about that before, being able to bar with every single finger. Van Eps talks about that, being able to use every single finger to do a bar. Okay, so then with this one, this is a good one to kind of move around. There's your, and I can go here. Okay. That's that, and then I can maybe shift up this way, shift up a minor 3rd. Now here, that's kind of like the Hendrix chord there, a little bit stretched down, and then I can just use a little different finger. C. Okay, I'll do that one more time. So up, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, up 3 frets, and then. So I'm doing that back rake and also the finger roll, and then a finger roll there. Okay, and then this one also sounds good to kind of go up an octave. And I can go here, or I can go here, and then this is kind of convenient here. Okay, and then for the C, I have an A flat. So I can use my pinky if I want it to be tricky, or if that's a little too hard, I can use my 3rd finger there. So right here, G, B flat, descending E flat, and then here I'm going to just use my 3rd finger. Okay, and then there's other places I can play that. Let me go up here once. So G, up 3 frets to B flat, and then this is the same fingering from before. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to use my 1st finger, and I can go here for the D flat or the. So that's the interesting thing about the guitar. Obviously, there's so many different ways to play the same thing. Let me do that one more time, and I'll keep on moving forward here. B flat. Here's that E flat. Here's the reverse roll. All right. And then if just let's look at the chords briefly. So you have G major 7th, then B flat 7, E flat could be like major 7, A flat major 7 to G major 7. Yeah, that's a really, really common progression. I'm not really like a really serious student of jazz harmony, so I don't know exactly what cliche it is. I'm going to say that's Wes Montgomery. That's one of his. I can do 13. Major 7, major 7, and then, yeah, so that's kind of another way of looking at that progression. Okay, number 10, so just arpeggio, diminished arpeggio. Now he uses a kind of a tricky fingering here. So once again, I encourage you to get these rolls, and then also to get the barring with a different finger. Now for this diminished here, he's using the whole F sharp. That's all the notes of the F sharp 7 chord. Okay. Diminished. Okay. Then we can take that different places. So diminished here. Then I can go to A minor here. Then for that 7th chord, there's a lot of different ways to play that. And then we end up on some thicker strings. Okay, again on that. So okay, let me take it here. So G B D, then G sharp, A minor. Now here, that's kind of interesting there. Okay, I'll do that again. So G, diminish, A minor, and then here, so you can go there. Back in the day, I used to play a lot. I used to play a fair amount of jazz gigs with some older jazz musicians. These guys were probably at least maybe 15, 20 years older than me, and they took me under their wing, and they showed me they just put a sheet in front of me, and the sax player would say 1, 2, 3, 4, and go. So I do have some jazz in my background that I was mostly playing rhythm, for these guys, the older cats. Okay, so now this is going to transition into something that as I was practicing this morning, getting ready for this video, I realized that the number 10, I have a sheet of chords from my mentor Dave Klein, who I've mentioned before. So I'm basically just giving you exactly the sheet that he gave me, just the chords. He didn't give me any names. He just gave me the diagram. So these are essentially Ain't Misbehavin', and very, very similar to the first 5 chords here. So I'll just go through the sheet here. I'll do like two quarter notes per beat. So. And this would be like the ending here. Right. So it's interesting how that ending is very, very similar to number 9. So if you look at those last 3 chords, so you have G major 7, then you have B flat 13. I'm sorry, this chord here. Then you have E flat major 7, A flat 13 add 9, and then this big G major 7 chord, G. Yeah, the very last chord of the diagram. That's a chord that I like to use a lot. Okay, so now I'm just going to play through those chords, and I'll just kind of just lightly kind of do. I'll kind of hum the Ain't Misbehavin'. Ba 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 for you. Okay, I'm just going to point out something with my right hand technique. So what I'm using a fairly thick pick here. I'm using this Prodigy. It's a fairly thick, direct sound. Now, when I'm playing these chords, what I'm doing is I'm choking up on my pick, and I'm actually kind of hitting a little bit more with my index finger, just to get a little different sound. So maybe if I was playing in a band, if I was playing against with a singer, I might use like a softer pick, like this is like a Herco Flex 75. Yeah, let's hear what that sounds like. 3, 4. Sorry, I'll do that one more time. I just pulled these out this morning. I haven't looked at these for a while. Okay, once more from the top. 3, 4. Nice set of chords there. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to do for today. So I give you the the PDF for the licks, the phrases, the iReal Pro format, and then these 8 misbehaving chords from Dave. And so you can maybe try to name them yourself. I didn't give them a name because that's how Dave gave them to me. Okay, I guess that'll be it for today. Thanks for listening and watching.